What happens to you if you don't eat sugar for 30 days? Do you eat sugar regularly too? Then don't go anywhere, because what you're about to hear might shock you just as much as it shocked me when I first looked into it. All my life I was told, and I still hear this every time today, that I need sugar, that it gives me energy, that my brain depends on it. But at the same time, every single day around 3 p.m. I would crash into a food coma. By evening I would start craving like crazy, and I felt like I wasn't controlling my body, it was controlling me. Sound familiar? And when I started cutting sugar out of my life because of my own lifestyle change, that's when the real realizations begin. Unlike in the 18th century, sugar is no longer a luxury. It's not a special treat reserved for rare occasions. It's a basic ingredient, a default flavor, a reflex. It's in your sodas, in your store-bought yogurt, in your sliced chicken breast, in your healthy granola bars, in your protein shake, in your bread, your tomato sauce, your salad dressing. And you know what's the scariest part? Even baby formula is sweetened with sugar. This stuff isn't just part of desserts anymore. It's part of the system. And the more of it you consume, the louder it screams for more. But what if you did the opposite? What would actually happen if you didn't eat a single gram of added sugar for 30 days? If you just quit, like completely? That's exactly what we are going to look at in this video. What happens to your body, your energy, your mood, your brain function, your appearance if you cut out sugar for just 1 month. But I will warn you upfront, way more will change than you think. Even more than you would expect after you thought about it. And these changes, honestly, they will shock you. And once you watch this entire video, you might never look at your morning orange juice the same way again. To understand what happens to your body without sugar, you first need to understand what happens when you eat it. When you consume something with added sugar, whether it's a soda, a candy bar, or even a granola bar, your body kicks off a complex chain reaction. And I'm not exaggerating, it's literally a chain reaction. First, your blood sugar spikes. Your body treats this like an emergency. Insulin released by your pancreas shows up like a firefighter and immediately gets to work clearing out the excess sugar from your blood, trying to bring things back into balance. That fast sugar hit gives you a quick high. This is what people call a sugar rush. Everything feels great, you literally feel happier, you're buzzing, you're energized. But here's the thing, that high never lasts long, because insulin does its job a little too well. And this is where the crash comes in, a feeling you probably know all too well. Your blood sugar plummets and suddenly you are hungry again, tired, cranky, like you've completely run out of fuel. And let's all say it together, what do you reach for next? More sugar. But that's just the surface, because while you're riding this blood sugar roller coaster day after day, your brain is also learning. Every time you eat sugar, dopamine gets released, the feel-good chemical. The same chemical your brain gives you when someone compliments you, when you fall in love, or when you finish a great workout. But here's the twist. The more often you activate the system, the less your brain responds to it. Meaning, you will need more sugar to feel the same reward. This isn't just desire. This is neurological rewiring, the very foundation of any addiction. And while your brain keeps chasing the next hit, your body starts paying the price. Chronic inflammation can build up. You might not feel it directly, but it shows up in skin issues, digestive problems, low energy, and brain fog. Your gut gets bloated, your immune system weakens, your hormones are constantly trying to manage a crisis. That's why you crash at 3 p.m. That's why you feel like something's off, even if you've eaten properly. And that's why at the end of a long, stressful day, your brain doesn't crave a salad, it craves a fast, sugary hit of pleasure. This is the real effect of sugar. It's not just a treat, it's a system burnt into your routines, replayed over and over again each day. And if you are not aware, eventually, the roles reverse. It's not you eating the sugar anymore, it's the sugar eating away at you. And you know what hurts the most? It's not an accident, it's by design. The food and pharmaceutical industries have worked hand in hand for decades. And this system, it's not built around your health, it's built around your weakness. Just look at the labels. Why on earth is there sugar in bread, in sauces, in sliced turkey breast? It has no business being there. But they know, and I'm pretty sure you do too, that once your brain gets used to that taste, you can't go back. It's not about flavor, it's behavioral programming. Because sugar is brilliant at one thing, it gets you hooked. And then slowly it breaks you down. And when it finally does, the pharmaceutical industry is waiting. High blood pressure, there's a pill. Chronic inflammation, there's a pill. Sleep issues, reflux, insulin resistance, there's something for everything except the root cause. That's how the system works. Sell them the food that makes them sick. Then sell them the pills that make them better, but just enough, so they never actually heal. Just enough to keep them as regular customers. Two birds, or rather millions, with one stone. And beyond profit was the real reason? Control. Over you. This isn't a conspiracy theory. It's reality. Just look around. This isn't a secret, it's a plan. Systemic exhaustion is being engineered. The more your body is overwhelmed with fatigue, pain, cravings, and inner battles, the less energy you have left to think. You won't ask questions, you won't resist, you won't fight back. A tired person won't stand up for anything, not even for themselves. They just want to survive, and to me, that's deeply, deeply sad. Because if your body is the one controlling you, you are not really living your life. You are just executing the program they installed. Morning coffee, afternoon sugar, evening burnout. And the cycle repeats day after day, year after year. The rest is up to you. If you understood all this, then you're ready to see what really happens when you cut out sugar for 30 days. But let me tell you up front, this shift goes way deeper than you think. Before we go any further, there's something you need to know. This isn't just about quitting sweets, and it's not just about workouts either. It's a complete lifestyle shift. That's why inside the Final Form app, you will find way more than just workout plans. There's a full nutrition guide and a complete recipe collection with nearly 40 meals I put together, so you don't have to starve, you don't have to count anything, you just eat well, colorful, satisfying meals every single day. And if you want to fix your mindset too, I've created a video series based on psychology to help you not just get through the process, but actually build this new system into your life for good. Because training and nutrition go hand in hand. This isn't a 4-week challenge, it's a lifestyle. That's why I create so many different types of videos on this channel about training technique, nutrition, and psychology, because that's how the full picture comes together. That's how your new self gets built. And if you are finally ready to build yourself up step by step with intention, then download the Final Form app right now on the App Store or Google Play. Try the free workouts and start living your life in a way that actually builds you up instead of draining you. What happens if you quit sugar for 30 days? What if you flipped the whole system? What if you said, enough, I'm taking back control? Not forever, not some radical extreme, just for 30 days. You take sugar away from your body, its most comfortable reward, its sneakiest tool, and then you watch what happens. Here's your warning. It's not gonna like it. Days 1 to 3, withdrawal. The first few days will feel like you've been robbed of something you were entitled to. Headaches, fatigue, irritability. You don't even know what's wrong, you just know something's missing. It's like a power outage in a world where you've been living under neon lights. But this isn't in your head, this is real. And it's the clearest proof that what you used to call just a treat was actually a psychophysical chain. Your brain is now missing that dopamine hit it used to get after every bite of chocolate or spoonful of dessert. Some of your dopamine receptors are now understimulated. That's why you feel down, unmotivated, and off. Meanwhile, your body still doesn't know how to run on anything else. It's addicted to quick glucose, so you feel tired, moody, and empty. Let's keep going. Days 4 to 7, detox phase. Speaking from experience, this is the toughest stretch. But if you don't give in to that first wave, something begins to shift. It's like a fog starts lifting from your mind. You can focus more easily. Your energy no longer crashes and spikes. You stop feeling like you need to snack because your blood sugar is no longer riding a roller coaster. There are no more sugar spikes, so your insulin levels begin to stabilize. That reduces inflammation and ends the blood sugar chaos inside your system. Your dopamine system starts recalibrating too. The brain begins to recognize smaller rewards again, like movement, a walk, a good night's sleep. That's why you feel sharper, clearer, no more peaks and valleys, just a more stable, grounded version of you. And this feeling, it's something you forgot was even possible. Days 8 to 15. Transition phase. Your body slowly starts to remember that it doesn't need glucose to function. It begins to run on fat, not in some extreme crash diet way, but in a natural rhythm, the way it always meant to work. Your gut microbiome reacts too. The bloating fades, inflammation pulls back, digestion finds its rhythm, your sleep gets deeper, and the most surprising part, the cravings disappear. Because that background noise is gone, that little voice whispering every day, just a little, it's not a big deal, you deserve it. Let me get personal for a moment. For years, I did 2 to 3 month competition style cuts twice a year. Not for the stage, for myself, for my discipline, for my self-awareness. And I will be honest with you, every single time, the first 2 to 3 weeks were always the hardest. Not the calorie deficit, not the workouts, not the fatigue. It was the craving for sugar. That buzzing little voice constantly trying to convince you to give in. Just one cookie. For me, it was always the apple pie, my weakness. That's where the line needs to be drawn. But something always shifted around week 3. Your body begins to switch fat oxidation, which means it finally learns to burn fat for energy, not just glucose. It gives you a more stable, sustainable energy level. Your gut microbiome evolves, bloating fades, inflammation comes down. Your insulin levels stay steady, so your cortisol levels, that's the stress hormone, stabilize too. That means better sleep, less inner stress. Even the dopamine receptors in your brain start to regenerate, so instead of chasing that artificial hit, you start to feel real joy and motivation again. Not from sugar, but from within. Like the sudden silence when an air conditioner shuts off that's been buzzing non-stop for weeks, and you didn't even realize it was there. It wasn't just, I didn't eat sugar. It became, I didn't even want it. I didn't think about it. I didn't miss it. It was just gone. That's the point where you are truly in control. And from there on, it's no longer a struggle, it's freedom. Day 60 to 30, the turning point. Your body no longer craves sugar, but more importantly, your mind doesn't either. You're not constantly thinking about what to eat, you simply feel good. And when you stop in front of the mirror, you don't just see the change on the outside, you feel it on the inside too. That inner control sugar once stole from you is now back in your hands. By this point, your metabolism has re-optimized. Your mitochondria, the powerhouses of your cells, are producing energy more efficiently from fat. Your brain serotonin and dopamine levels stabilize, so mood swings and mental fog disappear. Your hormonal system, leptin, insulin, cortisol comes back into balance, which means your hunger and fullness cues finally work again. You eat what you need, not what you're programmed to crave. Clearer, you're more focused, you make decisions faster. You have more time, less chaos. This isn't a placebo. This is you without filters. And you know what's the most shocking part? It's not a better sleep, it's not a flatter stomach, and it's not even that your afternoon crashes are gone. It's the feeling that this is actually you, that you're finally living, not just running on autopilot. These 30 days aren't about quitting sugar, they're about getting yourself back. You know, over the past few years, I've spoken with a lot of people, debated too, about lifestyle, nutrition, training, and over again, I've seen the same thing. Everyone wants to convince me that their lifestyle works, that you don't have to take this so seriously, that it's not really about the sugar. But let me say something now. I'm 36 years old, and what I see is this. More and more people are breaking down at younger and younger ages. People I knew taken by more aggressive illnesses more often. And this isn't random. This isn't just genetics. This is the consequence. Lack of movement, junk food, a chaotic lifestyle, these aren't just habits anymore. They've become a way of life. And honestly, I'm desperately trying to push back, trying to change something, anything. That's why I post every single day. That's why I'm making this video. Not to sound smart, but because I believe there's another way to live. And if I have a voice, I want to use it for something that matters. This video isn't about never eating sugar again. It's about being aware. So next time you walk into a store, look at what you're putting in your cart. Read the label. The word fit means nothing if it's loaded with sugar right next to it. Don't let them treat you like an idiot. And if you don't know where to start, I've made a separate video just for that. On this channel, you will find everything: training technique, mindset, how to start, and how to restart. And if you're truly serious about this, I built something that can help. The Final Form app, already used by thousands of people. Try the free workouts inside with no pressure, because this isn't just a workout app, it's a holistic system. It helps you take back control of your body, your nutrition, and your life. You don't need to be a pro, you just need to decide what level do you want to take your life to, and where are you finally going to draw the line. After today's video, I truly hope you're starting to feel the answer, not where it used to be. What was the most shocking part of this video for you? Was there something in this video you had never heard before? Something that made you look at food in a different way? Drop it in the comments, I would love to hear your thoughts. And if you feel this message matters, share this video with someone you care about. This isn't just opinion, these are scientific facts that most people still don't know. And the only way we build a better world is by helping clear up the misinformation and giving people the chance to change. If you're wondering why your lower back hurts and what that has to do with your glutes, watch this video right here. It will clear up a lot. Thanks so much for watching this episode. New video every Sunday, where we don't just rebuild your body, we rebuild your life. If you liked it, leave a like and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'm glad this community is growing. It means a lot. If you have any questions or want to share your own story, drop it in the comments. I read them. See you next week. And remember, training is just the first step. The real change is you.